Hi, welcome to another episode of Dad's Turn to Talk. My name is Bob, and we are at our Thanksgiving edition of Dad's Turn to Talk. And we've got a good one for you tonight as we're serving up 3 courses. We're going to be talking about the holiday box office, how Wicked did, and how it looks going forward with some of the holiday hopefuls. We're also going to be giving you the definitive Thanksgiving dish tier ranking. Not any old tier ranking, but the definitive one. There is no other correct answer. This is the correct answer when it comes to Thanksgiving dishes. We'll get into that. And then our main course for tonight, we are going to be talking about the Thanksgiving classic, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The movie starring John Candy, Steve Martin, and directed by John Hughes. That's going to be a lot of fun to talk about that one. Before we get into everything, though, I want to go ahead and introduce my co-hosts. Josh, how are you doing tonight?
I am good, Bob. I'm happy to be here. Happy to be spending tonight with you guys, talking about Thanksgiving. We always talk about family, and we've always said we are brothers, and I'm the little brother.
Yeah, you're the little brother here. So
But great.
that's okay. That's okay. We still love you anyway. But anyway, yep. Derek, how you doing tonight?
I am doing well. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody involved. What a wonderful, wonderful holiday. And why is it wonderful? Because all you have to do is eat and watch football. What a treat. And of course, rip on Josh. That's besides the point. The point being is that folks, have a wonderful, happy, and safe Thanksgiving to all involved. And we will hopefully get the festivities kicked off for you here on this program this evening.
All right. Before we go ahead and get into everything, just want to remind everyone to go ahead and hit that like button, share the video, go ahead and comment in the chat. We'd love to hear your thoughts on everything. And for those watching the replay later, we do timestamp everything, so you'll be able to tune into a certain portion of the show that you want to, but don't be that guy. Well, go ahead and watch all the show. We'd love to have you around. We do some fun things during it, and we like to have a good time. That being said, let's go ahead and get into our first course, and let's talk about the box office. All right, folks. So we got to see up till this point of the year, the box office just kind of meander. There, we haven't really seen a whole lot of big hits at the box office this year. However, it seems that Wicked might have actually done the box office a favor. Let's go ahead and let's get into our first article here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. And the first article comes from Variety, and this is actually going to play into the next article, but it says, Wicked, how Universal's risky gamble to split the musical into 2 movies paid off at the box office. See a picture here of Ariana Grande. And it says, more than a few eyebrows were raised around Hollywood when Universal decided to turn Wicked into 2 separate films. Yes, the stage show has been a sensation on Broadway for decades, but it's a risk, but it's a risk to split any movie in half and count on audiences to return a year or more later for the conclusion. I want to go ahead and just jump down a little bit here. It says, after all, the studio spent a combined $300 million on production and roughly $250 million on marketing for 2004's Wicked and the follow-up for Wicked for Good. So we're looking at $550 million of investment that went into this. So that's quite a bit. Scroll down a little bit. It says, although the Oz dust has yet to settle, it is clear the financial gambit has paid off. Wicked struck a chord with $758 million globally, making the film the highest grossing Broadway adaptation in box office history. And then if we scroll down a little bit more, it says a year later, fans weren't able to resist Oz's gravitational pull, returning in force for the epic finale. It actually says here that Wicked for Good was even more popular than its predecessor in terms of opening weekend, collecting a dazzling $147 million domestically and $223 million worldwide. By comparison, the first film opened to $112 million domestically and $164 million globally. So it seems that Wicked was a big hit initially. Whether you like the movie or not is irrelevant. It was a big hit for the opening weekend. And as fans of the movies, I think that's a good thing for the box office. But Josh, you actually got to go see it. Well, what did you think of this? I haven't had a chance to see it yet.
Okay, so I'm not obviously going to give any spoilers, but I thought it was very good, and I think they did a fantastic job. There was maybe one or two things that bugged me a little bit that I'll talk to you at a later date, Bob. But all in all, it was a packed theater. It wasn't a big theater. It was, those reclining seats. But, we were able to get tickets. But, I mean, I'm glad that it's doing well. Do you think it's going to beat Wicked from last year, Bob?
My initial predictions were that it was not going to.
Yeah.
But the initial one actually seems to. It seems that it's on pace to do so, and we got the Thanksgiving weekend coming out. Miss Sparkles is joining us here tonight.
Yes, as a Fox and Bunny puppet. What's up?
And we got Gray with us tonight. Hey, Gray, my partner in crime over on the MSK show and on the last panel. It's good to see you in the chat tonight.
Nice.
So yeah, I think that this has potential to beat the first one based on that initial weekend, but let's see.
I'll say this. You were a big fan of Ariana Grande last year.
I thought her performance was really, really good. She had probably, I thought she should have won Best Supporting Actress because her performance as Glinda was really, really good. Again, regardless, whatever you think about the movie, I thought her performance was really good.
I think you're going to love her in this one even more.
Okay.
That's what I think. I think what last year was a lot about Elphaba in the movie. This year was all about Glinda.
All right.
That's what I feel. And it was fun. It was fun, entertaining. We went with a couple families, but Lisa loved it. Charlie loved it. They did a good job. Like I said, there was just one or two things I would have changed. But again, I'll talk to you about that at a later date.
All right. Yeah, I still need to see that. Derek, what do you I know you're not going to see this. This isn't exactly your cup of tea, but what do you think about the impact is for the box office?
Okay. Let me share my thoughts about the movie first. Okay, hold on.
Crap, mega crap.
So now that that's out of the way, no, all right, let's talk box office success. Look, when anything like this happens, you have to appreciate it. That means it's a win for the box office. It's a win for movie theaters. So props on this movie for bringing people back. And again, this is now kind of turning into an event for kids, an event for husbands to bring their wives to, and an event for Josh, especially because he loves this movie so much.
Wow.
But at least they have something happening here where it's collecting people in big numbers in order to get to the theater again, and we should appreciate that as always a win. That I will give it. And I'm glad to see that we have very early success here. We'll see how it keeps going. We'll see how it. Yeah, I don't think it has legs either, Miss Sparkles. But at the same time, movie theater success should always, at this juncture, be very greatly appreciated because there hasn't been a lot of it this year. And unfortunately, there have been movies that we thought should have made a lot of movie theater success that just didn't get there. But at the same time, it didn't happen. And ultimately, this has just been kind of a sad story for movie theater business in general this season. So if there's some business that can be done here, hey man, all for it. Let's just see where it goes. Maybe we do a pulse check on this next weekend. I'm curious to see that revenue too.
Right after the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah.
The thing that I want to answer Gray's question there. Gray said if we thought it had any legs. I don't think this necessarily has the legs, but I think it might make everything that it needs to at least top the first one just here in these first couple of weeks, or at least get the steam that it needs to get there. What's going to be interesting is to see, like you said, Derek, how this is after this weekend, because I do think it's going to make some money over the Thanksgiving weekend, but I think its competition, Zootopia 2, is going to be a lot more competition than what they had last year. I don't remember what exactly they had last year. but I don't remember it being at the same level as Zootopia 2, because I'm thinking has potential to be $1 billion movie. If you look at the movies that have been $1 billion movies this year, you're looking at Lilo and Stitch, which made it, and then Minecraft just got right there. Those are really the only two. And Zootopia, I think you're going to have a lot of people taking their families and their kids to that.
I agree with you, Bob. I agree with you on that. I do think it's going to have competition from Zootopia for sure, but I still think it's going to have legs.
What up, Z? Good to see you in the chat tonight. Thank you for joining us here. Yeah, I think this could be a lot of fun as far as to see how it plays out. In fact, let's go ahead and let's get into the next article here, just because I think we've kind of already begun to touch on this a little bit here.
What happened?
I don't know. Looks like Bob left us.
I'm trying to look up what came out with Wicked last year.
There he is. Now he's coming back on.
Sorry, it kicked me off of there. Sorry about that.
It's
So let me go ahead and let me pull up this this article here. Okay. So we've got this article also from Variety. It says, will Zootopia 2, Avatar, Fire and Ash, and other holiday hopefuls salvage the 2025 box office? Now, I think Wicked falls into this category too, which is why I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Wicked box office as well, because it says that this year was supposed to cement the great box office reset. Instead, 2025 has fallen far short of that promise. I remember that last year they were saying that, oh yeah, 2025 is going to be a lot better because you had movies that were put off because of the strikes and whatnot. So up until this point, though, that hasn't exactly been the case. We saw a really bad fall season. And when we actually look at the numbers, it says at this point, domestic revenues are just 3% ahead of last year. That doesn't seem so bad, except that grosses in 2024 were 23.5% behind pre-pandemic times. So there's mounting pressure on a trio of holiday releases, Wicked for Good, Zootopia 2, and Avatar, Fire and Ash at Christmas to salvage the wildly inconsistent year. Back in January, analysts predicted the North American box office would enjoy the best year since COVID with $9.3 billion to $9.5 billion. Audiences didn't get the memo. Lilo and Stitch was $1.04 billion. Minecraft just under that with $957 million. Jurassic World Rebirth, $868 million. Those were the blockbusters for the year. F1 was $631. Sinners and Weapons were some sleeper hits. And then you had a lot of big budget blunders. Captain America Brave New World, which was $415 million. Tron Ares made $141 million against a $180 million budget. Mission Impossible, even though I had fun with this movie, it only made $598 million against a $400 million budget. So with all of these losses, the question is, can Zootopia 2, Avatar, and Wicked, can those actually get people back into the theaters? Do you think that will actually salvage this box office?
Derek, you want to go?
Yeah, I'll start. They can. I don't think they will. If there's any other movie, Bob, you brought this up previously. If there's any other movie that has a
good point, Gray.
Good point. If there's any other movie that has a chance to hit the B mark,
Irene.
There's Irene. It probably is Avatar. That's probably the one.
Okay.
I don't think Zootopia does it. Now, I think Zootopia will get pretty close. I think it'll make good money. I don't think it'll make Minecraft money, but it'll make good money. Combine that with Avatar, you'll probably have a pretty successful holiday season. But that also is probably due to the fact that we're measuring things kind of on such a low bar now that we're looking for any success that we can get. And if it's Zootopia, a kids movie that everybody's going to bring their kids to, then hey, at least it's movie theater business. Again, I can't rip on that. And Avatar, those movies have always done well. So why stop the trend now? I mean, good business is good business, but I am a little bit worried about the trend that follows after that in terms of what happens next year. Because if this year was rough, I mean, we're going to have to do another whole preview as to what is on the docket for next year. We should do that in January, by the way. Try to get a landscape. But man, I'm nervous. I mean, I really want to see movies do well next year. I want to see movies do well this year. It's just only some of them did. And the sad part is that even great movies that just in terms of quality didn't do well box office wise. So is that going to keep being a trend moving forward? Not sure. It makes me nervous. So can it? Yes, it can bring in some killer business. Will it? I don't know. Based off the trends that we've seen.
Real quick before I get over to Josh, if you had to guess, just based on what the last two Avatar movies have done, I mean, we're talking two movies that did over $2 billion in business, both of them.
Right.
And if you had to guess, what do you think Avatar, Fire and Ash will kind of finish around?
1.3?
I'm going to say lower, 1.1.
Okay. So you think that one barely makes it over the billion as opposed to the other?
I think it will make $1 billion, but I think it's going to be by that much, by a hair.
I think worldwide, Derrico. I think worldwide, that's where I'm getting the 1.3. I think that's where it's going to do. What do you think, Bobo?
I'm thinking probably somewhere around 1.5 because I do think that these are event movies. And then when you factor in the large format screens, I think, and the 3D, I think that's where they're going to make their money. So I think it does get 1.5. I don't see this hitting $2 billion. I think the first one was a big event. The second one, I think because it had been so long since the first one, there was a lot of anticipation for another Avatar. Again, it became an event. The question is here, just 3 years later, 4 years later, I think since the last one, is it still an event? So that's going to be interesting to see. So, Josh, what do you think here? You think these can save the box office?
I'm going to say yes. I really am. I think two reasons. Number one, the time of the year. And like you just said, Bob, it's an event. And I think each of these movies are an event. I think Zootopia, you have an event because it's families, parents, and kids, right?
Right.
I think you have Avatar with everyone who's loved the other. Now, I've only seen the first one. I don't know. The first one was fine. I think all movies can be at the very least IMAX. I have a big 411 sound. If I need IMAX. No, I agree. I definitely agree. I think Avatar, will cater to those fans who love it and worldwide. And I think Wicked has their own niche audience. And this time of year, everyone wanted to see it. Look what it did in its first weekend. Wicked for Good, sorry. And so I would be curious, though, is if you took these movies and put them out in the earlier part of the year, how would they do?
You know what? That's a very good question because I think these films, they fit perfect during the holiday season. Like Wicked, it's just got that kind of feel that this is a holiday type movie, even if it's not necessarily a Christmas or a Thanksgiving movie. It's just got that feel, maybe because it is a musical. And then you've got the Zootopia 2. I think that's a perfect release date because a lot of people are off for the Thanksgiving weekend. They're off early, so people can take their kids during that time. So I think that fits really well. And then Avatar has been a December movie anyway. So I think we've already seen success with that. And there are other big movies that do real well over the December break. I mean, you're looking at movies like Lord of the Rings and some of those that are fantasy type movies, and those tend to do real well during this time of the year. So yeah, I do think Avatar will do well. I don't know if it would do as well earlier in the year because it would have a lot of competition, but right now it doesn't have quite the same amount of competition in December that it would during the summer, which is one reason why they've moved Doomsday to December next year, because they wanted to be able to have that time all to themselves.
Traditionally, if you look at it, historically, around the holiday season, there's always two excuse me, 2 big family movies, 1 big action blockbuster. So that's where the Lord of the Rings, like you're talking about, Bob, that's where that comes into play. Star Wars, yes, I said it, Josh. Go ahead and be happy about it. That's where the new Star Wars came into play. But there's always 2 either animation movies or live action family movies that release during that time, which is killer business because that gives you 3 movies right there that you could theoretically take the family to. The live action one is a little bit of a trick, but that's why the live action ones are generally more family oriented as well. Like you can take older kids to the Star Wars movies. You can do that. So if you're doing that kind of business, that's the right kind of business to do. So instead of, maybe we don't have, the 2 traditional and the 1 action, license, but now we just have the 1, and maybe maybe that's what this is. Maybe Wicked is 1, Zootopia is 2, and Avatar is 3. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe that was the model that they were trying to follow.
All right.
Good business.
Yeah, I do think that this is going to uplift the box office. How much so remains to be seen. But I do think you're going to see a lot better business during this holiday season than you did last holiday season. Yeah. So especially just from Avatar alone, I do think that one will probably lift up the box office. Again, I don't think it's going to get $2 billion, but I do think around 1.5 is doable for that movie. We'll see what it finishes at. Anything else, gentlemen, before we go ahead and get into our next bit of food items here for Thanksgiving?
I was just trying to look to see what Wicked went up against last year.
What did it go up against?
Well, I'm looking and I don't. It's weird. I think was it you, Bob, that said you didn't think?
No, I don't remember what it went up against. I just don't remember it going up against anything like Zootopia. I'm not saying it didn't have some competition, but I don't think it had that type of competition.
Yeah, no, I don't really think. Let me see if there's anything here. Hold on real quick. Oh, well, let's see. We're talking. Moana 2 came out last year.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, that's kind of
okay. So it did it come out the week after?
Let me see. Give me a second. I don't know if it's going to give me the actual date. I want to say Moana 2 came out during Thanksgiving.
Okay, so maybe it did because Wicked came out, I think, the week before. So, okay, so it's going up against another big Disney movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it is.
All right, so I stand corrected. So it's probably got the same level of competition. And if it's ahead of where it was last time, it'll probably beat that box office from last time.
Now, would Wicked have done even better if it was one movie? If they combined the whole thing? I don't think so.
No, I think maybe if they had shortened it and made it, a 3-hour movie as opposed like the same length as the stage play, but with the length that they puffed it out to,
right.
I don't think that they would have been able to do that.
So. I agree. I think they should have split it up. I think it was better for it.
All right. Anything else?
That's it.
All right. Before we get into our definitive Thanksgiving dish tier ranking, and we do want to hear what y'all have to say, which food items are your favorite, and we'll get into that. But before we do, we want to take a quick moment and celebrate another Thanksgiving tradition with our picks for the NFL on Thanksgiving Day. All right, so we're going to make this quick here just because I want to hear your thoughts. The first game is the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions. What do you gentlemen think? Who's winning this game, and what do you think is the final score? Derek, I'll start with you.
Oh, man. Boy.
Oh, God.
Yes, Josh, you have something to say?
No, I'm with you. It's a tough one.
Okay, thank you.
It's a tough one because Detroit always struggles on Thanksgiving.
Well, plus the Packers are like, I appreciate the Lions because, yes, I'm going to say it, Josh, consistency. Now, ironically enough, I can't say that about the Packers, even though they're close to the same record. They seem shaky. And because of that, since they're going into Detroit, I have to give Detroit the edge, but it's still a divisional matchup. So I'm going to say, this has the potential to be kind of a shootout too.
Okay, so what do you think?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I'm going to say Detroit 28-24.
Okay.
Okay.
What
Okay.
about you, Josh?
I'm going to say Detroit 31, Green Bay 24. I think Detroit, even though they've struggled on Thanksgiving, I think they still have that high-powered offense, and in a way, they struggled against the Giants last week, and I think this week they're going to be ready to go.
All right. I'm going to take Detroit also. I do think that they've got the better offense. I also think their defense is better, and they're at home. I think they correct that earlier loss to Green Bay earlier in the year. I think they win this one 35-31.
Okay, so we all think
All
it's
right.
scoring a fair.
Next game is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Dallas Cowboys. Josh, what do you think of this game? Who wins and what's the score?
Yes, Dallas beat Philadelphia last week. They are not winning this week. I think Kansas City is going on a roll, and I'm going to say Kansas City 24, Dallas 20.
Okay. Derek.
F the Cowboys. Kansas City is going to win this all the way, and that will be 30-21.
Wow.
All right. I'm going to say Kansas City also. I do think Kansas City is on a little bit of a roll. I think they go into Dallas. I'm going to say 24-21.
Okay.
That's close. That's a close game.
Very close. That's closer than, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I do think it's going to be a close game. I have a feeling Dallas is going to be competitive, but I think they're going to lose it. But Final game for the night is going to be the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. What do you think that the final score is going to be? What do you think of that game? Derek.
God, do I have to? I don't. All right.
That's a funny comment.
All right. I'll say Baltimore, just because the Bengals are such, trash right now.
No Joe Burrow, right? Yet until
No,
next
it looks like he's going to play.
Oh, he
That's
is?
what it looks like. That's what it looks like.
That's a terrible idea right there.
Yeah.
Okay, the Bengals should not start him
Well,
because he's not going to be 100%. And he's going up against Ravens defense that has improved, not vastly improved, but improved. So I'm going to say, I don't think there's going to be much offense in this game. Actually, I'm going to say 17-14 Ravens.
All right, Josh.
So it's not confirmed yet that he's going to play.
It looks like it, but
Shoot.
does it really matter whether it's Burrow or Flacco?
No.
I mean, they've won one game without Burrow and have been, done much better with Burrow. Okay. Baltimore wins it, let's say 28-17.
Okay.
28?
Okay. I kind of agree with Derek. I think there's going to be less offense, even though it's probably the best matchup of the day for a team against a defense. I think Baltimore has the better offense, but they've struggled this year. But I think they get rolling with Derrick Henry. I'm going to say 17-10.
Okay.
And that's another reason why I picked the Ravens, just because they have a team member named Derek on their team, who spells it incorrectly, by the way, but still.
Derek.
Why is the one dude streaming from his kitchen?
Because I can, sir.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What did he say? Why am I not getting that?
This person's
Kitchen streaming is awesome.
There we go, Miss Muggles. All right, so those were our picks for Thanksgiving, and again, that's part of Thanksgiving tradition. And now we want to move on to another Thanksgiving tradition, and that is eating your Thanksgiving meal. And we're going to be giving the definitive Thanksgiving dish tier ranking.
It tastes like feet. I like it.
Oh, I love it.
All right, so for this particular tier ranking, let me go ahead and pull this up here. Let me know when you guys see it. You guys see it here?
Oh, yeah. That's nice.
Okay.
One.
So
job.
our ranking is going to be in the following categories. We got Heavenly, which is our S tier. delicious, which is our A, good, which is our B, okay is our C, I'll pass is our D, and throw it away is our F.
Wow.
And so we are going to go ahead and rank these. And what we'll do is we'll each give our thoughts where this should fall, and we'll kind of put it where it averages out. So let's start off with the Thanksgiving turkey. Thanksgiving turkey, Josh, where are you going to put the Thanksgiving turkey?
Oh God, I love turkey. Go up. What is the top two?
Heavenly is our S tier, and delicious.
I'm going to say delicious for me.
Okay.
I
Derek.
love a turkey, crispy skin, juicy.
Okay. Derek, where are you going to put the Thanksgiving turkey?
We're starting off with the heavyweight champ. Really?
I know.
That's right.
The heavyweight champion of the world. Yeah, you got to put that as delicious. Look, I mean, is it barbecue brisket? No, but it's always good. Come on now. And if you're gonna tell me that, like whatever with turkey, like, no, stop being a hater. You love it as much as we do. I'm gonna say delicious. Let's
Josh, you said heavenly?
No, I said delicious.
Delicious. Okay. I'm also gonna say delicious because I think the dark meat is better than the white meat personally. So I really prefer that. I think that is absolutely delicious. Yeah, well, I think that's heavenly. I think the white meat brings it down just a little bit. So I'm going to say delicious, and we are going to put the turkey and delicious.
Awesome.
All right. Now, not everybody has a Thanksgiving turkey. Some people will have ham, or they will have both. So a Thanksgiving ham, where are we going to put the ham on this? Derek, where would you put this?
Derek.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
You got that right, Z. You
ain't wrong.
That is very true. Good job, Z.
Honey,
it's heavenly.
All right, well, that's fine.
Unfortunately, my Dixie Rector don't have a candle salad on the list, but we do have 19 dishes here. So,
okay, look, I think that's ludicrous to have ham on Thanksgiving. I just think that's absurd because we know what the world heavyweight champion is.
Okay,
it's like saying the S word is better than the F word when we all know that the F word is the undisputed champion in terms of swear words. Okay, don't. But you know what? A good ham, also hard to beat. I can appreciate that too.
Where would you put it?
Let's say good. I think good.
Okay.
Wow, much higher than I thought.
All right. Well, where would you put it, Josh?
I'm not really a big ham person, that type of ham. So honestly, I'm gonna pass.
Are you freaking kidding me?
What kind of ham do you like then?
I mean, I like bacon. Okay, I'll say it's okay. Maybe I'll have a little bite of it. I'm a turkey guy.
Well, I just made the point, but it's still good.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine, but it's never been my first choice.
All right, so you're putting it at okay.
I'll put it okay.
And Derek, you said you're putting it at good?
I'm putting it good.
See, I actually like ham more than I like turkey, but I'm also, because I don't think I prefer ham more for Christmas, even though, again, a lot of people eat it for Thanksgiving. I'm also going to put this under delicious. And so with the rankings there, that kind of averages out to a good. So we're going to put that here in the good section.
Not bad. Not bad.
All right.
Okay.
Now we got, good, very good point here. The got to be glazed.
That's a great point.
Now, glazed.
And Gray asked if it's honey baked.
Honey baked also good.
Yeah.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Okay. So our first side dish, mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
All right. So, gosh, where are you putting the mashed potatoes for Thanksgiving?
I mean, delicious.
You're going to put it in delicious? Okay.
I love mashed potatoes. You're not going to swerve me on this one.
Okay. Delicious. What about you, Derek?
Okay. So here's the thing about mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes is that one thing that one relative somehow thinks they're really good at. You know what I mean? Like, oh, Aunt Rhonda is going to make her mashed potatoes this year. Her famous mashed potatoes at Thanksgiving. just is sold on them, and they just can't wait to serve them up. And sometimes that's true. Sometimes they deliver very, very well. And those are, in fact, delicious. But sometimes that they're not always as good as you'd like them to be. It's never an all pass. I'll say that. I've never had the mashed potatoes that are all pass. I don't want any of those. So you know what? I'll place them at good because I've had delicious, but I've also had the ones that are like, not enough flavor. Sometimes they end up blame. Yep, that's another good point. Thank you.
Great point there, Greg.
Yep.
I missed it. What was it?
It says it depends if it's lumpy or skin in.
Yeah, I see. I want butter and salt in them.
All right.
Lots of butter.
Okay, so Derek, you put it at good. Josh, where did you put it again?
I put it at
delicious.
Yes.
Okay. For me, the mashed potatoes, I'm going to also put them at good. I think it's a very good side dish. It's not my favorite side dish, but I think it's a very good one, and I do think that it's good to have on Thanksgiving. So with 2 goods and 1 delicious, I think this falls under good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
I love
the next one, sweet potato casserole, the ones with those marshmallows
Yes.
on top there. So Derek,
I know where
Throw that
that's
crap out. I don't want any of that.
you're gonna throw the sweet potato casserole
throw
away.
it away.
Yep. F.
Oh my
Immediately.
God! Wow.
All right. Okay. So throw it away. All right. Josh, what are you doing with this?
I'm gonna say good. I like them with the marshmallows.
Okay, good. All right. For me, I'm going to say I'll pass on them. I wouldn't quite throw it away, but it's not my favorite dish. I prefer regular mashed potatoes over these. So I'm going to say I'll pass. So with a throw it away and I'll pass, and you said good. What do you think? This falls somewhere in the
probably all pass. Probably
all pass
I think
range.
that's where you have to put it.
Okay, so that's where our sweet potato casserole goes. All right, this one I know where this one's going to be. Stuffing.
Oh,
Josh, where are we putting the stuffing?
Ooh, delicious.
All right.
Bob's no longer my goat.
Yeah, sweet potatoes are not my favorite there, Z. But I will say this: I actually had some sweet potatoes this past weekend that were made for a holiday event that my church was having. And those were actually really good. My fiance made those; those were absolutely delicious. So I might be warming up to it, but that wasn't my initial thought. So
No,
okay, so where?
I love stuffing. And
Okay, so where are you putting it, Josh?
You know what? I'm going to put it at heavenly. I love
All
stuffing.
right.
I love it.
All right, Gray's putting that in a God tier. Okay,
Right. No, not in the bird. I don't
And-
like it stuffed in the bird. I like
Okay.
it away with gravy, though. I want my gravy on the stuffing.
Okay. We'll
Now
get
you
to gravy.
described it. Now you
We'll get to gravy in a
No.
minute.
Yeah.
Okay, so Derek, where are you putting the stuffing?
Okay, here's the thing. Automatic instincts are either going to be between heavenly and delicious,
Good.
but no one can say in a definitive fashion that they haven't had the bad ones. They haven't had the bad stuffing. Josh, tell it. Tell
Okay.
it.
He's going to kill me for this, but my father-in-law does what he calls everything but the kitchen sink stuffing, which is overload. He'll put sausage in there. He'll put celery, onions, apples, mushrooms, bell peppers, red ones. Like, it's crazy. It's too much. And none of us, we always tell him, keep it simple. Celery, onions, maybe apples. That's it. He doesn't listen. You know what he does? He flips me off every time.
Okay.
Well, but that happens a lot, Josh. People flipping you off. So,
Oh, yeah, there's a line. There's a line that goes out my door. People flipping me off.
all right. So, Josh, you've got it heavily. Derek,
Yeah.
where are you putting this?
Okay. I'm going to say because there are the bad ones out there,
Yes.
I'm going to put it at delicious because I'm sorry. I've had the bad ones too, Josh. So I'm not,
Yeah.
saying you're an outcast by any means. But because the bad ones exist, which I
Yeah.
hate that they do, I hate it. I'm going to put that at delicious.
Well, what's bad for you, Derek? Like I just described is it the same type of ordeal with everything in there?
I got a stuffing in it with walnuts one year, and I thought that was just the most absurd, disgusting thing I've
No,
ever
that's
eaten.
weird. I've never heard of stuffing with walnuts.
Yeah.
Dr. Colin needs to join the stream and rank these too. Oh, he would.
I would have him on just to rip Josh.
Oh,
I would
he would not. We got one of our cousins loves his stuffing, and that's why he continues to do it. And she loves it so much that my sister-in-law last year, because my father-in-law was out of town, tried to duplicate it, and our cousin was like, "Nope, not as good as Tony's." And we were like, "Huh?"
Apples and mushrooms sounds like torture. That's exactly right.
I don't understand. Just
all right. So we've got one delicious. We've got one heavenly. I am going with heavenly. I agree with Gray. Stuffing has its own God tier, especially when it's done right. That is the correct answer here. I am ashamed of you, Derek. This goes in heavenly.
You never had a bad stuffing, please.
But why would you have one bad stuffing? Come on, you got to put it on heavenly.
All right. So the next one, green bean casserole. Josh, where are you putting green bean casserole? This is the one with those crispy onions on top of that.
Delicious.
Okay, where delicious?
Delicious. I can't put it at heavenly because there are mushrooms in it, and I'm not a big mushroom fan.
Okay. All right. What about you, Derek? Where are you putting that?
Throw that crap out.
Oh my God, Derek.
Okay.
You are so fun.
No, I am fun because here's what you
can do. Well, you're not the only one, apparently, Derek. Okay.
Oh my.
All right. I'm going to go with good on this one. So we've got a delicious, we've got a good, and we've got to throw it away. I think that falls it into okay. Would we say?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Okay. Macaroni and cheese. I've seen that quite often on Thanksgiving dishes, especially out here. So, what?
I did, Gray. He's scared of me.
You know, see, we're also still trying to figure that out. So
yeah.
Anyway, so the macaroni and cheese. Where are we putting the macaroni and cheese, Derek? Where are you going to put that?
Speaking of God tiers.
Oh, you're going to put that in heavenly.
This is a dish from heaven. Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. What about you, Josh? Where are you putting the macaroni and cheese?
I love mac and cheese, you know that, Bobo. But like on Thanksgiving, I'm going to put it as good.
Okay. I'm also going to
green bean casserole over macaroni and cheese.
Yes, I like green bean casserole. You hate everything on this team.
You're a despicable piece of garbage. And
wow. And you know what? You're a piece of crap.
Okay, Josh, you put that as good. Derek, you got heavenly. I am going to put that as delicious. So I think that's where it's going to fall because when we average that together, it should come out to delicious there.
Get mad at Bob, Derek. He didn't put it as heavenly. Get mad at him.
Yeah, no, he did. He said heavenly. He said it was God tier.
I am exactly. And you said it was delicious. And he got mad at me for saying it was good. He should get mad at you for saying
no, you said it was good. It deserved better than that. At least it was Bob's was delicious.
I give up.
There we are.
There we go.
What I wanted is Josh has everything with the mac and cheese recipe. He does not. He does not. Just something
probably
about the stuff. Oh God, knowing him, he would like it with the crispy top. Who are these guys? Sort of the three are pretty funny. Which one's the funniest?
We hope you'll come back and watch some more. So yeah, okay, so that's where we're at with that. Okay, so I do have a salad up in here. I forgot that I added this one in. So for Thanksgiving for a salad, where are we going to put this?
Throw it out. Throw it out.
Throw out the salad?
You don't need a salad on Thanksgiving. I don't need rubbish. This is now who's going to?
All right, you're going to throw it out. All right, Derek, where are you putting the salad?
Josh just wants to be a pig, so let's let him be a pig, and let's allow the fact that a good salad has a place at the Thanksgiving table. So I'm going to say good. A good Thanksgiving salad is nice.
You are so full of it, Derek, and you know.
No, I'm not.
You know what? I agree with you, Derek. I'm going to.
Salad. Right.
All right. I'm also going to go with good for the salad. I'm fine with having a salad on Thanksgiving. So if we're throwing the salad out with you, Josh, and Derek and I are saying that's good, I think we can say that falls around okay.
Yeah,
we'll say okay.
All right. So I think that's a fair ranking there. All right. Corn for Thanksgiving. And here it shows it kind of, broken up. That could be corn on the cob or or whatnot. So what do you guys think for corn for
Cream
Thanksgiving?
corn. It can be cream corn.
Cream corn?
Yeah.
I guess so. I mean, but
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
There we go.
you. Thank you. Yeah, the two guys over. Oh, we'll eat salad. No, you won't.
Oh,
Yes,
Josh,
we
shut
will.
up.
Bob, you've never
Alright,
eaten a
so-
salad in your life. Come on.
Oh, all right. Probably. Yeah. So anyway, all right. So where are you putting the corn, Josh?
I mean, I like corn. It depends on what kind. Okay.
Okay.
Why do you? Can I ask you something? You always want my opinion. Then I give it to you. You don't
Well,
like
I'm still going to be shocked when you give a stupid opinion.
it. How is that stupid? I said it was okay. It's not. If it's cream corn, it goes to heavenly.
Are you kidding me?
It goes to heavenly if it's cream corn.
You're-
But just regular corn, just like some, I would say okay. Now that it takes away space for more fatty.
Very
food.
good point there, Z. Very good point. All right. So so you got corn up at heavenly if it's cream corn, and if
Yes.
it's regular corn, where? So let's just rate corn.
Okay,
period.
good. Good.
Okay, you're gonna say good.
Yeah.
All right. What do you got it at, Derek?
So actually, I had there was a corn dish that somebody made for us a couple of years ago at a friend's house we went to for
They
Thanksgiving,
do.
and they grilled it. They grilled all the corn on the cob prior, and just made
Okay.
a big old bowl of that grilled corn on the cob. And I gotta say, I really, really, really liked it. So I'm gonna put it at delicious.
All right.
Yeah.
And you had that one where, Josh? At okay, you said?
I had it at okay.
Okay. And I'm also going to put that at delicious. I think the corn, if it's got enough butter and all of that stuff on it, I think it's really good. So I'm going to also say delicious. If you got it at okay, Josh, and we've got it at delicious, I think that's good enough for it to fall under good.
Yeah, I
Do
agree.
you think that's a fair ranking?
That's
Yep.
fair.
Okay. Carrots. Where are we putting carrots for Thanksgiving?
I like carrots.
I do too.
I mean, I like, especially if they got a little bit of honey in them. Like if they're cooked that way. Oh, see, now
Okay.
we're talking.
Ooh, with honey. Oh yeah.
All right. So where are we putting it?
Delicious.
Yeah, I'm gonna say the same actually.
Delicious.
All right. You know what?
Yeah.
I'm going to agree with you guys on this one. I think this one's unanimous. If they're done right, I think these are delicious. So yeah,
Little
let's
honey
put it
brown
there.
sugar in there. Oh, now we're talking.
All right.
Mm.
Brussels sprouts.
I like Brussels sprouts. I'm gonna say good.
Now, you know, I don't think there were rabbits here, Dixie. I think it's just that there are so many different side items that you see with vegetables. You know, at some get-togethers, people will bring corn. At others, you'll see them bring something else. So I tried to include as many typical Thanksgiving dishes that you would see here. So,
Yeah.
but the very good point. Where are we rabbits here? So,
Well, really, I mean, the heavyweight champ is turkey and
split.
ham. After that, everything's a side dish.
yeah, that's true. All right, so we're gonna throw the Brussels sprouts away. Where are we putting those, Josh?
I like them. Good.
All right, where are you putting them, Derek?
Oh, I'm not gonna lie, I like them, especially if they're roasted. I
Yeah.
like them. They're good.
Where are you putting them?
Good. Good's fair.
All right, I'm gonna put them at okay because I'm not big on Brussels sprouts, but with two goods and my okay, they're gonna fall under good.
Get some bacon
right.
bits on them. Get some
Oh,
bacon
yeah.
bits on them.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's a little bit better.
And
Yeah.
shaved
All right.
Brussels sprouts too are phenomenal.
All right, so now we get to some of the trimmings. Cranberry sauce. Where are we gonna put the
Ooh.
cranberry sauce?
Oh gosh.
It depends what kind.
All right, let's just say cranberry sauce in general. I mean, what do you think? I know
mean,
there's a
good.
difference between the corn. I mean, between the can and the like if it's
There.
fresh.
Right.
whatnot.
I like the can. I love the can. I do not like the
Yeah.
fresh.
Ocean
You like it
spray.
where it comes out going.
Yep. Exactly. Delicious.
All right, so where are you putting it?
Delicious.
You realize you're getting trolled here, Josh.
Yes. Come here. Come say hi. Come say hi in TV land. You're
Hey,
live.
Charlie, how you doing?
Charlie.
Hi, Uncle Derek and Uncle Bobby. What?
Say hi to the chat, Charlie.
What's your say hi to the chat? People are chatting. with us. What's your favorite thing to eat on Thanksgiving?
There we go. Look at that, Josh. Now you got a fan right there. Charlie, you have to come back every week here.
What do you like?
You help the ratings.
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know? Ay, ay, ay.
All right, Josh, where are you putting the cranberries?
I told you, I think they're delicious.
Okay, you're putting the delicious.
Yes.
Derek, where are you putting that?
I'll put it at okay. I've had very good ones and I've had meh ones. So I think okay is fair.
No, you don't.
I do.
All
Okay,
right.
so mashed potatoes. Charlie likes mashed potatoes.
All right.
Let's
I am going to say for the cranberries, I'm going to throw it away. I do not like cranberry
Wow.
sauce.
Wow. Okay, that's just
Throw it away. All right. But with a
That's
delicious and okay and throw it away,
Gotta
I
be
think
okay,
then
right?
it's going to fall in as okay.
Yeah.
All right.
It's gotta be okay.
We just got a few more dishes or
It's fun.
we got how many? 7 more here to go and we're almost done. So deviled eggs. Where are we putting deviled eggs?
Oh, heavenly. I love deviled eggs. Heavenly, heavenly, heavenly. Derico? No, probably not, right?
No, that's from Bob's lips to God's ears. Heavenly is exactly the right rating.
Oh, okay.
All right, I'm going to give the deviled eggs heavenly as well. I
Nothing
think these
better.
are awesome. So I think unanimous. So far we've had 2 unanimous. All right, now we're getting to the gravy. All right,
Okay.
gravy. Where are we putting it?
Throw it away.
Heavenly.
Throw it away immediately. I don't want to see that crap.
What?
I don't want to
Throw it
see.
away.
I don't want to see Thanksgiving sewage.
Did you
Okay.
get dropped on your
Go
head?
away.
Are you kidding
Go
me?
away.
No,
Go
no.
away.
This show is canceled. The
Go
fact
away.
that you
Go
said
away.
gravy is heavenly.
It's done.
And Bob
Okay,
probably agrees with me on this.
Okay, so where are you putting it, Josh?
Heavenly.
Okay,
Heavenly.
you're putting it in heavenly. Derek's throwing it away. I'm going to throw it away too. I am not a fan of gravy.
Oh my God, guys. Oh my God.
I'm not a fan of it. So with a heavenly and 2 throw it away, we're saying that falls under what? More of an
Okay.
I'll pass. All
Okay,
Pass,
no,
I
okay
guess.
is
I
fair.
totally disagree. God, I
right.
hope
So
you
we
guys
got the
get
gravy
tonight.
on I'll pass. See, because I think if the turkey's moist enough and all of that,
No,
I,
you need
I
gravy.
don't think you need it.
gravy.
There you go, Dixie. There you go.
Wow.
He-
Dixie.
He doesn't
no.
let you. You don't.
See,
he doesn't
yes, we're gonna throw it.
Yes. Throw it away, you monsters. Exactly. You guys are monsters. I hope you eat dried turkey. What happens if it's dry?
I'll
Yeah.
live.
Oh, good
How about
God!
that?
Please don't put me there. See?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. MSK.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what you talk about falling from grace right there. So,
Wow, you really fell.
all right. Thanksgiving rolls. Where are we putting those?
You go first, Derek.
You know, I'm gonna say good. I'm gonna say a good Thanksgiving roll is always solid. You know what I mean? Like it's just that nice little piece there. You could kind of take all these dishes, and if you want to put it on a nice Thanksgiving roll, go and have yourself a nice little sandwich there. Cut
All
the
right.
roll in half. It's a solid choice.
So you're saying good?
Yeah, I'm gonna say good.
What about you, Josh?
So I love bread. I love butter. We don't really have it at our Thanksgiving, but I'm going to say good.
All right. I'm going to also say good, but I will say this. If it's a good yeast roll with the right butter, that's actually, I think, would actually take it up to delicious, but not all rolls are that. So I'm going to put it as good.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
all right. A lot of people won't have the rolls. Some people bring cornbread. So where are we putting the cornbread? And after this one, we're getting into our desserts.
Cornbread is delicious.
Yeah.
I'm going to say delicious.
Delicious.
Yeah.
Derek?
You ever had cornbread straight out of the oven with a little bit of honey poured on? Oh,
Honey and butter. Oh,
all right. You know what? And my wife loves it too. I'm gonna put this at the heavenly. I'm gonna
Wow.
put it.
Okay.
wow. Babo?
So we have a delicious and we've got heavenly on this. I
Here
am
we go.
also
Yep.
going to I'm going to lift myself up in your eyes here. I am going to put the cornbread at heavenly. And so I think we've got with 2 heavenlies and a delicious, I think
Heavenly.
we're right here at heavenly. So
Okay.
all right, now we are getting into our desserts. Our first one, and these are 3 different pies, which you see a lot for Thanksgiving. First one, pumpkin pie.
Put that at
Heavenly.
the top right now.
Heavenly. Heavenly. Heavenly.
Yep.
With whipped
Heavenly.
cream on it. Best.
Put that right at the top.
Yep.
All right. You know what? I think that's unanimous. Pumpkin pie, heavenly. All right, let's go to apple pie.
Oh, With wait, Alamo?
Thanks,
Alamo?
Okay, yeah. I'll with some ice cream there. So where we're Heavenly?
100%.
Yeah, I'll say heavenly.
Yeah.
I'm going to say that one is delicious just because I like pumpkin pie a little bit better, but with the 2 heavenlies and the delicious, that's still going to fall under heavenly. And our final one for our tier ranking is pecan pie.
Heavenly. I love pecan pie.
All right. Heavenly, where are you putting that at, Derek?
It is good. I'm going to say it's just maybe a lower level than heavenly. I'll put it at delicious, though. It's not bad at all.
I think for me, pecan pie is actually my favorite pie of these 3. So yeah. I'm also going to put it at heavenly with 2 heavenlies and a delicious. I think it goes up there. Notice how all of our desserts made the heavenly list.
I know.
So this is the definitive tier ranking right here. There is no other correct choices. These are the ones right here. Yep. As we have ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 heavenlies, 3 delicious, 5 goods, 3 okays, 2 I'll pass, and no throw it aways. So that is the definitive ranking there.
That was awesome.
So that being said,
you didn't care for that at all.
Turkey, oh, that would be horrible.
Now tell us how you really feel there, Dixie. All right, before we get into our main course, which is going to be us talking about planes, trains, and automobiles, we do have a little bit of business to attend to here. For those that are new to our stream, this will be about a 5 to 10 minute segment here that should be a little bit of fun. All right, we are doing our own fantasy football league here on Dad's Turn to Talk, and we like to recap that every week here. And up until this point, things have not gone very well for Josh or Dan.
You bunch of losers!
That's the best.
All right, so this week, I'm going to be honest, this week was no difference as the person who deserves it the most is back in last place.
I love that hair.
Hey, you went with Jared Goff at quarterback. Jonathan, he had 18.16 points. Jonathan Taylor, 8.6. You went with Mason from the Vikings, 4.2. T. Higgins, he had a down week, 8.1. Josh Downs, 3 points. Wilson from the Pittsburgh Steelers, 0 points. Warren at tight end from the Indianapolis Colts, 9.5. Ashton Genty was very good for you, 24.8 points. You went with the Colts defense at 8 points. Final score was 84.36. Final verdict?
May I try one?
Please do, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. These things are defective.
So, Josh, things did not go very well for you this week at all.
No.
Now, Derek, you came in second place, and I gotta feel sorry for you, man, because this is the third time this season you have gotten so close to with a really good score, but just not close enough. You went with Drake May at 16.96 points. Jameer Gibbs went off this week, 58.4 points. You had Chase Brown, 18 points. He was really good. Michael Wilson had another great week with 24.8 points. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 32.9 points. You went with Calvin Austin, 7.6. Kyle Pitts, 4.5. You went with Mark Andrews, 2.1 points. You went with the Seahawks defense, 4 points. Your final score was 169.26. Final verdict? So, yeah, Derek, as usual, you got close, but not quite close enough because of our champ for the week.
Sangria.
And so I went with Jacoby Brissett, 21.68 points. Jameer Gibbs, I also had 58.4 points. I went with Derrick Henry, 22.8. Devontae Smith did fine for me, 14.9. I also had Michael Wilson with 24.8. Isovas from Cincinnati, I'm sure I pronounced his name wrong, 10.6 points. He's their slot receiver. I went with Travis Kelce at tight end, 8.4 points. I also went with Trey McBride in my flex, 16.9. I had the Saints defense with 11 points. My final score was 189.48. Final verdict?
That's
Rambo.
perfect.
That's so good.
That was great.
Oh yeah, and our leaderboard for the year right now, I have 7 wins. Josh, you have 4. Derek, you are still in the rear, man, with 1
Derek,
win.
Derek,
But we
call me
still,
if you need help, buddy. I can help you get some wins.
I don't
But we
need
still-
your
hey,
Josh,
hey,
you,
we still
you've
have-
been in last place more than I have this season.
yeah,
Doesn't matter.
but we
Who's
still
last
have
place?
Yes,
we
you
still
have.
have a lot of football to go. We got the Thanksgiving week this week, plus as well as the Sunday games. So that should be a lot of fun as we've got that still coming on. Yeah, Miss Sparkles, we like to have fun with our fantasy recap. We like to make it a little fun segment for everybody. But now that we've talked fantasy football and we've gotten that piece of business out of the way, let's get to our main course for the night. All right. This movie is a Thanksgiving tradition in my home, and I am sure it is the Thanksgiving tradition in a lot of people's homes. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. This is a movie starring Steve Martin, John Candy. It came out back in 1987, was directed by the great John Hughes. Now, John Hughes has directed some really good movies. Just some of the movies that are to his name. We're talking The Breakfast Club, Ferris Bueller's Day Off, 16 Candles, Uncle Buck, Pretty in Pink, again, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So, oh God, yeah, there we go. Now we're talking.
Yes.
So, yeah, this is a movie that is a lot of fun. It is a good Thanksgiving movie. It has a lot of heart, but it has some of the most quotable lines from a lot of movies. So let's go ahead and let's jump into Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I'm going to start with you, Josh. Yeah, there's another one.
That's another one.
So, yeah, he's got a lot of good ones. So, Josh, what did you think of Planes, Trains, and Automobiles on this rewatch? Because I know it's been a while since you've seen the movie.
It has. And I remember the last time I saw it, and we covered this when we talked about the John Candy documentary, that this was never my favorite. I always felt it was sad. And after watching it this time, oh my God, I actually fell in love with it because I thought they did such a good job. And I mean, I was talking to Derek earlier today, Bob, and I was saying 1980s had such good movies. It was just totally different, right? Like,
it was a different time.
You didn't think of anything. 1987 had fantastic, movies. And the lines in this movie, and when we were young, I always remember, I felt, sad for John Candy and, felt that, I wish that it was funnier. But actually, it was pretty damn funny. And it just tells a great story. And you had that connection between, C. Martin and John Candy. And at the end where he said, "You're coming home with me," and, insisted on it. And, before that, when he's like, "Where's home? I haven't been home in 8 years." And you're just like, oh my God. And
now, here's a question that I've got. Well, since you just brought that up, I want to go ahead and ask this.
Sure.
Because throughout the movie, he's saying that he's working with the shower curtain division and whatnot. Do you think he was actually still working with the shower curtain division? Because he had no problem selling the shower curtain rings to the side. If that was supposed to be his inventory, he had no problems doing it. Do you think he was actually still working with it, or was he also without a job?
God, I don't know.
I think he was with the company.
That's what I think. Yeah, because he was traveling around. He just didn't. I think because of his wife's death, he didn't want to go home.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, yeah, he hadn't gone back home. It was obviously it was too painful for him. I was just curious if you guys maybe picked up on that and possibly he was also without a job, but that wouldn't make sense because he also had the money to at least to pay for the airline flight.
Well, and he also had $263 in his wallet too before he.
That's true.
Stolen.
That's true.
Yeah, he had a job, and he just was scared to go home.
Okay.
They never made a sequel to that movie.
No. They never made.
No, you don't. No, don't.
So, Josh, you talked about how funny it was. What do you think about how the movie opens up?
Oh my
Because
God.
I mean, the way it opens, it starts, with him sitting there in that business meeting, but then he's trying to get to the airport, and you have that whole sequence where he's trying to catch a cab, and you have the cameo by Kevin Bacon.
Kevin Bacon.
They're racing to their cab. What do you think of that cameo scene?
It was so random. I loved it. And the fact that Kevin Bacon is right there for a few minutes trying to catch a cab. I mean, all the cameos. I told Derek about the one we were trying to figure out. The guy on the plane on the other side of Steve Martin was an old-time actor.
Yes. I've seen him in a lot of other stuff too.
He's been in so many things. And then
he was in Home Alone also. I remember he was there in Paris when she bought the flight ticket from that old couple, and he's like, "Oh, she's got those earrings, those dangly ones."
Earrings, those dangly ones. Let's go.
Yeah.
Was he National Lampoon's European Vacation?
I don't remember if he was in
I
that.
can't remember if he was or not. But anyway, the movie is fantastic. It's just a heartfelt story. You have two guys who one of them just wants to be nice, and the other is a jerk. Wants to just get home, doesn't want to talk to anyone, doesn't want to say.
Do you think he's really a jerk though, or is it just that he's annoyed?
Probably annoyed, I guess.
Okay. Because I wouldn't think that he's necessarily a jerk. I think he's just annoyed because like everything that could go wrong goes wrong for him.
You know what he is? He's grumpy. He doesn't want to be on the road like that.
I don't think he hates his job. I don't think he hates.
No. That's not the issue.
No, he doesn't want to be where he is at that time. It's situational. He just wants to be home.
By the way, I looked this movie up on Critic List, and I gave it a most excellent.
Yeah.
All right.
I think it's definitely, and everyone did. I did not see any negatives about this movie.
Yeah, we'll check out the Critic List score here in a minute. But so you've got him. You got that whole sequence with Kevin Bacon, and he's trying to catch the cab.
He falls over.
He ends up tripping over Dell's trunk, which I think is absolutely hilarious that he trips over that trunk. But I love when he's trying to get the cab, and he's trying to appeal to the good nature of that lawyer. He's like, "Can I appeal to your good nature? I don't have a good nature."
Yeah, I'm a lawyer.
Well, but he asks him. He's like, "Can I paid $10 for this?" And he's like, "No." Well, how about 20? Well, I'll take 50. And so he goes to pay 50. And he's like, "Well, anybody who'd pay 50 would surely pay 75."
What did he say? What did he say? Like, God, you're a scumbag. He goes, "Close. I'm an attorney."
What was he? He said, "You're a thief," I think, and he says, "Close. I'm an attorney." And then it's sad. As soon as he finishes paying, that cab is just gone.
That takes off. That's it.
I love how John Candy kisses Steve Martin. He wakes up and he's like, "Did you just kiss me?" And then those aren't.
Yeah, so that's a hilarious scene because I think it's not just what's said there. There's a lot of build up to that point that I think makes that hilarious. So, Derek, why don't you tell us what you thought, and then the scene that Josh is talking about there. Why don't you give your thoughts on that?
Yes, you love that scene.
So my missus is out of town at the moment, but we did a video call earlier. I told her that we were reviewing this movie tonight, and she immediately goes, "Oh, that's one of my favorites." Like she put her hand on her heart. And that sums it up.
Yes.
That sums up this movie. There's so much brilliance about this movie, but I will say what I think about it that I love the most, besides being the ultimate Thanksgiving movie, is the fact that they hit both comedy and drama notes so perfectly throughout the entire thing. And that's a really hard thing to do.
Yep.
That's a tough skill to pull. And they did it in this movie. I didn't realize just how good of actors both Steve Martin and John Candy were. Like, if you look at the scenes when John Candy is like his eyes are welling, when
Yeah.
Steve Martin's ripping him apart.
Oh, that's the best
And that's where I Like Me came from. That's where the name of that documentary came from, was this movie.
Right.
You
Yeah.
really you wanted to hug John Candy when he was going through that. And then when Steve Martin just finally gets it all out and he's done, you can tell he feels so bad. He feels awful after releasing like that.
Yeah.
And then John Candy just goes back into the bed and is 100% correct. But that's the beauty of this film, is the fact that, like, the beginning scene, Bob, you're right. I have been in those meetings where you just are sitting there waiting for managers or leadership to tell you something.
Yeah.
And the way they give him a look of, please say it. Say it.
Yeah.
And they don't give it. He doesn't give it.
And then when he's walking out, he's like, really? All of that just to tell us that we'll meet after the holidays to discuss that?
What does Steve Martin do in the movie? What's his profession?
He works with marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Essentially what he was there for was like an ad campaign that they were pushing, and the guy was going to give the approval on the campaign, but then he was like,
yeah, he took forever.
And then he ends up pushing it off till after the holidays.
Right.
So, and the fact that, like, and the comedy is such beautiful comedy. It's actually family comedy these days. Like a shower curtain ring guy.
And then he's got the little rings, like they're tiny rings, that, like it is.
Shows him his display. Like, I sell shower curtain rings. Take a look at that, would you? Like,
oh my god,
going off.
And
but he ends up being a hell of a salesman too. I mean, he made money.
You know, there's something about Del that he is very charismatic and people like him. Now, Neil is annoyed by him, but that's because he's interacting with him, you know, on a very personal level where, you know, others are dealing with him more in the business sense or whatnot, but they're drawn to him. Like, for example, just an example of how they're drawn to him. Think about the scene on the bus where, you know, they're going to sing tunes. Yeah. And Steve Martin starts singing and nobody is
3 coins.
You know, yeah, exactly. 3 coins and a fountain, you know, and everybody's like looking at him. But as soon as Del starts singing, you know, everybody just is going along with him. The way he's able to interact as he's selling the shower curtain rings to people there at the bus station and whatnot. So yeah, Normie,
right on.
I agree with you. I'd probably put this at about a 95%. And Dixie, Flintstones.
Flintstones.
And that was John Candy without skipping a beat too. That was
great. but he's got this way with people, and it's funny how Steve Martin's just annoyed with him, but yet Del, he's got this way, and I think that's partly also why Steve Martin is drawn to him is at the same time, because even though he's annoyed with him, there's just something about Del that he's drawn to. And
it's every time he doesn't hit it until every time he thinks he's saying goodbye to him.
Yes.
That's the kicker. Yeah. When he says, take the train ticket, it's a gift. No, it's a gift. And this is after Del had been kind of riding off and being a cheapskate. And C. Martin Neal says, nope, it's a gift.
That's a great scene too. He said there.
I thought it was hilarious that the car blew up, but they were still able to drive the car.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. We'll get to the car scene in a minute because I think that's a whole section that we have to talk about.
Yeah, those two unload on each other.
Oh, with the cigarette and throwing the. Oh my God.
We'll get into that in a second. Go ahead, Derek. Finish your thoughts.
Yeah, no. So, I love when all the comedy bits hit like they do, and I love when all the drama bits hit like they do. There's not a misplaced scene in this movie for me.
No, not at all.
The rhythm of the film is just so good all the way through. And I can't help but appreciate the acting job that both these two did. It's such a fun, wonderful, good time. And when Steve Martin gets up to the car counter,
See, by that point, he's just had it.
he's so done. Like
he's
it
done.
gets to a point where he's about ready to punch somebody. And this is after telling Dell, I think it's better if we go on our own. It comes to find out, no, that's worse, actually.
It still blows up in his face.
And then he falls down the hill at the airport.
Oh yeah, he has to walk down a runway. He has to go through the snow. He's falling down the hill. He has to walk. What is it? A mile? He said. Back to the rental car place
Or to the rental car.
That scene with the F-bombs after every other sentence.
Oh, and at the end, what did she say? F you?
No, she
she said you're effed.
Oh,
Yeah. The thing is that I read where it was something like 19 F-bombs dropped during that scene.
Well, no, what makes that beautiful too is that, like, if you keep hearing that in every movie, you're like, God, I'm getting sick of this. But the way that they do it in that movie is so good. And it's so right on point. And they just hit the right note with all of that.
It was so good.
Yeah. And then, of course, at the end, the ending is still one of the best endings I've ever seen in a movie. Because Neil C. Martin ends up running. He starts the movie running to catch a cab. He ends the movie running to find his friend.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Good point. Good observation there. Yeah.
And that's why I love it. It's the fact that it starts off like, I mean, he's not a jerk. He's just trying to like catch a cab in New York. You got to be selfish to do that.
Right.
But when he runs off the train and that awareness he gets in his head,
yes,
it's beautiful. It really is special and tender. And the way he just busts through the doors of the train station, because he knows that's where he is. He just has a hunch. He's been with him for that long now, where he just believes, nope, he's here. Like, there's just this bond that they have. And man, this is one movie that everybody should watch over and over and over again. It's really, really fantastic.
I kind of want to echo what you said there. The chemistry between Steve Martin and John Candy is really good in this movie. They play off of each other so well. And like I was saying earlier, and you were mentioning this, Josh, about the scene where Dell kisses his ear, and he's like, "Why are you holding my hand?" And he's like, "Oh, well, my other hand's between two pillows." And he's like, "Those aren't pillows." But up to that whole point, there was a whole bunch of buildup. Like, you see everything going wrong that could go wrong, and Dell is doing everything wrong to get under Steve Martin's skin up to this point. Yet from taking the cab to he trips over the trunk,
right?
He takes his socks off on the plane. He
does
won't
that?
shut up. He just keeps talking. Everything could go wrong up to this point when they're there in bed. He's now stuck with this stranger in a 1-bedroom room.
Mm-hmm.
And I love this where he looks at the bed.
Realizes there's one bed.
But he realizes there's one bed because he kind of scrolls past the bed. And then all of a sudden it goes back to it. And the music that's played during that scene is hilarious. And then he looks over at Dell, and Dell's just like smiling. And I love it. You got Dell saying, "Would you like to take a shower?" No.
And then when his underwear is in the sink.
Oh, but that happens a little bit later. All of this is building up to where now he's lying in bed and he's making all these noises, and Steve Martin just loses it. And you already talked about that, Derek. The scene where he loses it, beautiful scene. And again, he does the whole "I like me" speech. And he comes back and that's when you have that hilarious moment when they wake up in the morning. That's hilarious. So
how about that Bears game the other night? You see that?
Oh yeah. The Bears. Yeah.
My dogs are. I like.
They're gonna go all the way. Yeah. So yeah, there's so much in this with the comedy mixed with the drama, and there's a lot of build up to those comedic moments, like where Steve Martin loses it. or even the build up to the drama moments, because where he loses it, it becomes very dramatic. It starts off kind of funny and then it becomes very dramatic, but there was a lot of build up to that point. And you see that throughout this film. Again, when Steve Martin loses it on the lady there at the counter there for the rental car, it's because everything has gone wrong for him up to this point. And so, yeah, it's hilarious to watch all this kind of play out. Again, you talked about it, Derek, how it just hits those comedic and drama beats so perfectly. I think this is a movie that has a lot of heart to it. Yes, you're going to laugh, and you're going to laugh hysterically with this one, but the story itself and the heart that it brings to it is what makes this movie special. That's what makes you rewatch it over and over again. Sure, the comedy is so much fun, but it's the heart that makes this really special. Now, I want to get into the car scene.
That is
because this warrants a whole discussion by itself. The car. Okay, so they're in the car. So, and let's start with where it starts. Is you got John Candy in the car seat. How many car seats do you know that go sideways? It goes right on to Steve Martin and everything, and he's telling him, "You're gonna break this thing." Sure enough, they switch seats, and he's like, "You broke the car seat." It wasn't broken when I got out of it.
Oh my God. Just the way he was driving and singing was so
Steve Martin decides to get some sleep, and that's where it really gets fun at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So he's listening to the song, and he's not keeping his eyes on the road. He's
like, jam it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing
steering wheel.
Yeah, he's having an absolute blast.
Ray Charles.
He gets his coat caught, and he ends up on the wrong side of the road. I think that scene is absolutely hilarious.
You're going the wrong way.
John Candy's response and the way he acts during that scene.
He wants to race. You want to go?
Yeah, he's like, this guy wants to race. Right here, Dixie. Absolutely. That's what makes that hilarious. Is that when Steve Martin's like, he says we're going the wrong way. Oh, he's drunk. How would he know where we're going?
And then the two semis. The fact that you're able to survive that.
But when he says that, Steve Martin's just like, yeah, how would he know? Thanks a lot.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
And you see John Candy going. and then to top it off, they get it. They go between two semis. They survive that, but because the cigarette was in the back, the car catches on fire. It burns up Steve Martin's wallet. I mean, just everything that could go wrong in that scene. That has got to be just absolute comedy gold. That scene.
Yeah,
I think that is hands down the best scene in the movie.
Okay.
How did the car still work?
What's that, Josh?
How did the car still work? It was completely burned.
Well, remember, he's when they get pulled over by the cop, he's like, you have no working gauges. No, we lost those. You have no mirrors. No, those are gone. The radio still works.
You know who the cop was, right?
Yes, I know who he was.
Yeah.
So that was another cameo in the movie.
Yep.
Can I just say that one of the funniest lines in the movie came out of the car scene?
Which one was that?
There are some things that annoy me about you. Okay, we just haven't talked about them. Oh, really? Are there, Del? Yeah, there are. Like what? What makes you annoyed about me? Well, okay. Hold on. You know what? And I'm sorry, I just gotta say it. You play with your balls too much.
Yeah, and I love it because he's like, I do not play with my balls. And
then he goes, Larry Bird has less balls.
Yeah.
But I love what Neil asks. He's like, you know what would make me happy? And the Dell's like, a couple of extra couple balls and an extra set of fingers. This movie is just absolutely fantastic. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at the critical score.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, I saw all in the 90s. I saw Most Excellent for all of them.
I still need to put my review up. They actually reviewed this over on the Monday Hangover, which is the show our friends Blaine and Lily are on Monday. And so let's go ahead. Let me share my screen here. I just pulled this up. So we've got Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. You guys see this?
Yep.
Okay. So right now it is sitting at an audience rating of 92%
That's what I saw.
on 77 votes. That is an excellent score. We've most excellent.
Bring it home, man.
Normie said that he gave it a 95%. Blaine gave it a 94%.
Yeah.
I know Lily, she's got her score up here. We love our honorary dad, Lily, who's been on the show multiple times. She's got a 95%. Epic Mike, also he's on the Monday Hangover, a most excellent 98%. So
I mean,
a lot of most excellent. And you mentioned this earlier, Josh. That,
Look at this.
yeah, you mentioned this, Josh, how pretty much everybody is giving it, most excellent. I'm sure there might be a couple down here somewhere, but I don't see really anything. Yeah, most excellent. Okay, here's somebody who gave it a rad at a 60%. That's way too low here.
Yeah, that's despicable humanity.
Another one here, it's 60%. That's also way too low here.
Yep.
But pretty much everything is most excellent. So this is a film that I do think that this is universally liked. Dixie, you got a 99% for your score. I'm probably going to give it a 95 once I go ahead and get my review up there. I do think that
A plus. Come on, what are we talking about here? Excellent.
Yeah, I think that this just hits so many things right. The acting is fantastic. It's well directed. The scenario that Steve Martin goes through, it's ridiculous enough to where it's comedy, but it's believable enough because we've all been on flights where it's been delayed or you have a flight cancellation or something. So there's a lot of here that's actually believable as well. The characters are lovable. Overall, I think this is a fantastic film, and this is one that everybody should watch on Thanksgiving.
He should have taken the 6 o'clock to Chicago with his friend.
No, he said he should have taken the 8. He says, yeah, don't take the 6. He says, come out on the 8 with me.
Or the 8 o'clock.
But it wouldn't have mattered because all of the flights got canceled anyway. That was the whole point.
Yeah,
when they were calling the airlines to try to get another flight, they couldn't find anything. That's why they had to keep taking a train, a bus, a rent-a-car, everything, because they were just trying to get back home, or Neil was trying to get back home before Thanksgiving.
Yep. So can I make one more observation about the film? Because I heard some of the people who worked on it talk about it.
Go ahead.
Originally, when people were in focus groups or marketing situations, whatever it may be, people didn't like this movie.
Really?
Yeah, they didn't. They thought that John Candy was a user and Steve Martin just kept taking it.
Wow, really?
But then they added other scenes that they had taken out of what they showed them. One of the big scenes that tied it all together was when Neil said, "Hey, the train ticket is a gift."
Gotcha.
That's a gift. And one of the other scenes that really did it was the fact that they got robbed. Was the fact that neither of them had money at the end of it, because now no one can try to mooch off anybody. So just a couple of interesting pieces of news on this film that really kind of ended up being the things that apparently tied it all together. And I mean, this movie is just great no matter what, even with those scenes or without them, it'd probably be great. But
you sent me a video with the actress from the rental car. I forget her name, but she's in a lot of stuff. I don't know why I'm blanking on her name.
She was in
Ferris Bueller's Day Off. She's been in a lot of
stuff. The TV show Valerie, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she's been in a lot.
Yeah. But in the interview, she talked about that whole scene where originally she was supposed to be talking on the phone with somebody about a rental car. But then right before the last take, John Hughes told her, you know what? Talk like you're speaking to somebody from your family about Thanksgiving. And Steve Martin plays off that great, because imagine how annoying that is. You go through everything that you've gone through up to this point, and then you walk up to that counter, and instead of taking care of business over the Thanksgiving holiday, when you're in a hurry, she's sitting there talking to her family going, gobble gobble. So yeah, I mean, you can kind of understand where Neil's coming from. That's I think also what makes this film so special is that you can understand where he's coming from. Because again, I don't think he's a jerk. I think he's just wanting to get home, and he's just annoyed. So
yeah.
And by the way, the lady that is the redhead who plays also does one of the best lines in the whole movie with "You're effed." Her name is Edie McClurg.
Thank you.
Yeah, she was also in a movie that Elvira did, like the one movie she did, Elvira. Remember her?
Oh yeah.
And they are still really good friends to this day because of that movie. Yeah, Elvira has said she's one of the funniest women that she's ever met, funniest people she's ever met in her life. So shout out to Edie on that one. Thanks for that.
All right. Any other final thoughts about planes, trains, and automobiles?
Just watch it.
Yeah, go see it if you haven't seen it.
Again and again.
Yeah, make this a Thanksgiving tradition. If it's not a Thanksgiving tradition, make this movie a Thanksgiving tradition. I think it's worth watching. And it'll make you laugh, and it'll make you'll feel it in those heartstrings.
Put it on the heavenly tier with the pumpkin pie, please. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Absolutely. All right. Let's go. I think that's pretty much most of our show here. But Derek, you've got some final thoughts for us here tonight.
I do.
It's still the best.
All right. So, folks, this is a special time of year. We've already talked about a million reasons as to why it is. You got football. You got.
Oh, just so you know, Dixie, the kitchen decor, that's usually not our background here. I just put it on here to be something a little more Thanksgiving-y.
No, I think
we normally do have. We normally
Derek.
do have something a little bit different. Oh,
I think you said me.
I thought you were talking about the leaves and stuff here. No, my bad. I know what you're talking about. Stupid me. Go ahead, Jared. Give us your thoughts and rants here for tonight.
All right. Well, other than the fact that kitchen decor is awesome. Okay, let's start there. This is a special time of the year, folks. We've talked about our food rankings. Yes, we had some that we were going to throw away. But I'd say for the most part, everything was good to heavenly based on our list. And then you got football. All the football. What's not to love about football? You get food and football on the same day? And if that's not enough, you got planes, trains, and automobiles there for a minute. But if that's not enough, I'll tell you what will be enough. War games! And what is war games? Let's talk about what war games is. War games is 2 wrestling rings, pro wrestling rings, by the way, surrounded by a cage. There are 2 teams, 5-on-5. 2 members of each team start. Every 3 minutes, another team member enters until all 5 are in the ring. That's when the War Games match starts, which is brilliance. 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 And then once it starts, let chaos ensue. So in case you haven't had enough wholesomeness with that other stuff, let's get turkey crazy. Let's drop that cage and let's have ourselves a war. Not a battle, a war. Okay? Josh, stop pretending like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know exactly
what you're talking about.
Okay? Thank you very much. So I'm going to open my rant to talk about war games with you both. Josh, let's do some predictions in terms of what those matches are going to be. What do we think? I need a Derek Trice food segment. Sorry, Scott, the comment.
Good Lord. I think for the women's War Games match, I need to have him try Josh. That's funny. That is funny. I think for some reason that the who's it, the Becky Lynch's team, I think they win because I think Alexa Bliss turns on her team.
Now you said this was rumored.
That's a rumor, and I'm just going to say that. And I think for the men's team, God, I was looking at them last night. It's got to be the heels, right? They look so overpowering.
All right,
that's fair. It's a fair.
I think it's Lesnar and Breaker and Logan Paul. and then it showed Cody and Roman and that, but I don't know. I'm just, for some reason, I don't see like Lesnar losing this match.
Okay. All right.
So those are my 2 predictions.
Okay.
All
Fair
right, I'll
enough.
give you mine real quick here.
Go ahead, Bob.
I think for the women, I think the heels win. I think they're way too stacked. With the men, I do think the heels are stacked. However, because they have the champs and they're trying to build a story with Roman, I think the faces win with that. So
Okay.
that's what
Fair
those are my thoughts. Oh, and then because it's John Cena's last appearance at Survivor Series, I do think he puts Dominic over. I could be wrong. Maybe he doesn't, but I think he puts him over, and Dom gets that title back. But that's just
I
what
absolutely adore how Bob had to get the Dominic prediction.
I had to get that in there. So,
Love it. Okay. So for me, I'm going to say that the baby faces win for the women, and I think it's going to be the heels for the guys.
all right.
I don't know about a Bliss turn-in face.
I don't
I
know.
don't know if that's the right call at this point, but that women's face team is so. I mean, okay, the men's both those teams are stacked, so that's why it's 50-50 with them for me. Because you're right, Bob. There could be a lot of different stories that happen off of that.
That's what
by
I'm
the way,
thinking. So,
Logan Paul's work last night was some of the best I've ever seen. Hilarious. And then with the women, though, the babyface team is so stacked that I'm rolling with it.
All right.
It's too good. Yep.
we'll talk about it on afterwards on Sunday. See what we
And
thought.
for all my AEW fans, the Elite are back together finally.
Don't nobody give a shit.
Yes, Kenny
No.
Omega and the Young Bucks.
No, shut up, John.
Josh, don't make me drop you off the stream.
I'm going to mute you right now just because nobody wants to hear that shit.
All right. Anything else for us, Derek?
Yeah, they do.
It's a Thanksgiving tradition, is all I'll say.
All right. So that about does it for our Thanksgiving episode. We want to thank everybody in the chat for joining us. Before we close out, Josh, where can we find you on social media?
You can find me on, well, these days with my new job, all over LinkedIn constantly. I'm on Facebook and Instagram and TikTok as well.
All right. Well, what about you, Derek? God bless you too.
bless you,
Dixie,
buddy.
thank you for joining us
Thanks,
tonight. We
man.
really appreciate it.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Where can we find you at, Derek?
Just in overall LinkedIn. That's some BS. No, I'm all over LinkedIn. You can find me there and Facebook.
Weird.
Shut
All right.
up.
You can find me here at this channel, the Was It Good at Bob Loves Movies. We also post clips from this stream over to our secondary channel, Dad's Turn to Talk. You can find us over there. We're actually going to be starting another stream there very soon. A stream tentatively titled Family Meeting. We're still working out some details on that one, but that will be going on over there. You can also find me on X and on Criticless. And once again, want to thank everybody for joining us. We hope everybody has a happy Thanksgiving and a safe holiday as well. And gentlemen, thanks for coming on tonight. It was good talking to you guys.
Thanksgiving, buddies.
Thanks,
You guys have yourselves a
Love you
great
guys.
night.
All right.